Welcome to Menopause Moguls podcast, the Elevation Talk series, with yours truly, Dr. Joyelle. I am Dr. Joyelle, the Menopause Mogul, board certified OBGYN and business coach for Black women 40 and over. And my mission is to educate, embolden, and empower Black women and other women of color in their journey through health and careers. This is a space for Black women and other women of color to share their compelling trials and tribulations in their health and or in their careers and businesses. This is where we recognize the humanity of Black women and show how Black women continue to elevate despite midlife challenges and changes. Hey, welcome back to another episode of Menopause Moguls with yours truly, Dr. Joyelle. It's been a while, y'all. How y'all doing? How is everyone doing? Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, so quite frankly, I had not had the capacity to record a couple of episodes. So that's why I've been kind of silent over the last few weeks. But I've obviously built up more capacity to get back on here in these podcast streets so I can share with y'all what's been going on, a little bit about what's going on. I know May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and I wanted to squeeze in an episode about mental health before May is over. So I definitely had to get up on here to talk about it, as well as wish y'all a happy Mother's Day. I know it's late. Okay. I know it's late, but better late than ever. It's still May. And honestly, every day is Mother's Day. Okay. So happy Mother's Day to all of you moms out there. Those of you biological moms, those of you who are acting as moms, that stepped in as moms, all of that. I hope you all enjoyed your Mother's Day weekend. And today I wanted to talk about carrying the mental load of mothering, menopause, and caregiving, because that's what my life is. And I am just very intentional about just sharing with y'all, right, what's been going on in my life, because I know that just sharing helps at least one person out there that is watching, that is listening. And I just wanted to also thank you for watching and listening to the podcast. I appreciate y'all for that. And carrying the load of mothering, menopause, and caregiving can be very, very heavy. And the gist of what I want you to get out of this episode is knowing that when you're carrying the load, don't be afraid to put some of it down. Don't be afraid to put some of it down. Speaking of mothering, so funny, as I was about to come down here to my office in my house, my son's tooth is in a Ziploc bag on my dresser in my bedroom. And talk about mothering and the mental load of mothering, the tooth fairy, right? So my kids, they know mommy's a tooth fairy. My girls are 13 and 11, and my son is about to be 9 in June. And first of all, okay, since when do we not accept coins anymore for teeth, right? Like when I was growing up, tooth fairy would give me like 25 cents, 50 cents, maybe $1, right? Maybe. But these kids these days, my daughter the other day was like, Mama, you owe me like $25 for my teeth. I'm like, $25? Goddamn. Like, what? So really? That's how much I owe you? Yeah. And then my son, he lost his tooth in school. So he came home with a Ziploc bag with teeth in it. So I have it on my dresser because there's no, they know. I'm like, why are we still putting it under the pillow? Like, it's no point of doing that, right? They know the tooth fairy is like that. That's, that dream is over. So yeah, just give it to me and I'll give you some money. But and then, I don't carry cash. So I don't typically have cash on me to give them money for their teeth. So I'm like, so that's why I was like, my daughter was like, you owe me this, and my son was, when you gonna give me my money? But clearly, like I said, it's sitting on my dresser because to remind me that I will give you the money, but I'm putting it down for a second because I don't have the capacity to get you the money that you need to put in your piggy bank right now. Okay. So, in addition to that, the mental load of mothering, I have been busy with the girls and the cheer. Those of you who don't know, I'm a cheer mom. My girls are in competitive cheer, and it has been quite a season. And they have been very busy. We've been traveling, and we most recently traveled to Florida for the all what do you call it, All-Star Worlds back in April. And when we got back, I got sick. I don't know if I shared this in the last. I don't think I did because the last episode was with a guest. But I got sick, y'all. Yeah, me and Florida do not. We don't. We don't get along well. So I was sick for a while after I got back. It wasn't COVID because y'all know, I know what that feels like. So it was just some cooties I picked up in Florida. So I was just down for the count. I had some things scheduled. I had an event that I wanted to go to. And it's so funny that I wanted to go to this event just to, network and meet new people. But I just could not dredge up the energy to get out the house. And I really wanted to go, right? And then I was like trying to talk myself, like, yeah, you can just, strength up in my nose running. I got tissues, boxes all over the place, just looking a hot mess. I'm like, oh, you can clean yourself up, girl. You can do it. You can go out there. And I'm like, you know what? You can put this down. You can just go back. I dropped the kids off, go back to bed and get some rest because you are not well. So that's what I did. And I'm glad I did that, but when you plan to do something and look forward to, meeting new people and trying to make some connections as far as my business goes, you feel, I felt a certain way, but, I also had to coach myself and be like, you know what, what is for you is for you, and there will be other opportunities. So I had to be okay with that and putting that down, and for me to go ahead and lay down so I can get some rest and feel better. So yeah, so that was that. But then back to the girls, been traveling with the girls, and then my son is on a travel baseball team, so I've been traveling with him, and then trying to, the mental load of trying to maneuver going with the girls and then going to my son's games. My husband actually is one of the baseball coaches. So he obviously takes my son to all the practices. But, my son's like, Mom, you want to come to my practice today? I'm like, no, son, I got to take the girls to to their tumbling or to their cheer practice or whatever. So, carrying that, it can be hard sometimes. And, I want to be present. I've been for a while being more intentional about just being present and in the moment when it comes to my kids because they are growing so fast, y'all. I cannot believe my oldest is a teenager. We're about to start applying for high schools in the fall. And it's like the time just goes so fast. And I realized that, when I first started my business, I really was so focused on getting the business up and running, and just even after I would do things during the day and pick the kids up, I would still be thinking about the business and trying to do stuff in between what the kids were doing. And kids would be talking to me in the kitchen, and I'll be thinking about the business or sending a text or writing a post or posting something on social media. So beginning of my entrepreneur journey, I was so ingrained in just doing business, and not really being present mentally with the kids. So since that point, I realized that I didn't want to continue to do that. Just because the kids were say stuff like, "Mommy, you're always on your phone. You're always doing this. You're not listening to me." So I had to take a step back, and I really had to figure out how to, maneuver all that, and how I wanted to, work on my business as well as spend quality time with the children and really be present. So, and I've learned to do that, over the last couple years, and it has not been an easy thing, but certainly something that is important to me, right? Because, like I said, they're growing so fast, and they they have no problems telling me about myself. But at the same time, they know that mommy also needs her time. So let me not say that the kids are like taking over my life and I can't do anything. I'm like, no, no, no. Like, mommy needs to go take a break. Mommy's reading. Mommy's going to go meditate. She's journaling. Mommy's reading her Bible. So they know, right? Their boundaries, the boundaries have been in place. So they know that mommy does need her time to pour into herself and make sure she has the capacity to continue to be present with them, right? And do all the things that they want me to do with them. So I also have been working out more, and they've been watching me do that, and making fun of me and all kinds of things. But that's okay. That's that's all right. But it's good though too, because as the girls we joined a new cheer team, so and we're trying to, and I'm talking to them about being the athlete and things they have to do, and then being a mommy, I'm trying to set the example, right? So I have to tell you a quick funny story. My youngest can do a back handspring. My oldest cannot yet. She's almost there, but not quite there. So I got her some private coaching, and he was telling her what her weaknesses are. And so he gave her these exercises to do to strengthen her core and her lower back and things like that. So one of these exercises was lunge jumps, or jump lunges, whatever you call them. I don't know. But basically you jump and then do a lunge and jump, alternating legs. So, this mother was like, "Okay, come on, girl, let's do it." So I'm gonna do it with you. So, so he told her she had to do 20, when we got home. So we tried this the next day. So she's struggling to do it, right? I'm like, "Girl, come on, you're a teenager. You got younger legs than me. Get, come on, do these jump lunges, these lunge jumps." So I did my 20, and I'm like, "See, I'm showing you up." Like, I'm talking trash. Being competitive, talking trash. And the next day, let me tell y'all, my legs was cussing me out. Cussing me out. Okay? Like, girl, what were you thinking? Like, seriously? That's why? Why you do that? But y'all, burning, okay? Burning. I could not, that next day, I woke up like, oh my God. What did I do? What did I do? But that's what it is, y'all. Again, the mental load, the physical load, the mental load of mothering. I paid for it. It's okay though. It's all right. It was a good hurt. I got over it. I did some stretches. I'm better now. But I kind of, cut back a little bit, just so my body won't cuss me out no more. So yeah, so that was that. But again, like I said, I'm learning. I've learned and continue to learn what I can, put down when it comes to mothering, and all the things that we think about, because we think about all the things, right? All these activities these kids are doing. My kids' social calendar is busier than mine, which I'm like, "Can you take me here? Can you take me there?" I'm like, Yeah, I maybe let me check my calendar, right? Um, they got field trips, they got all these things. Luckily, school is almost over, but now the summer's coming. Where we going for summer? Like all these demands, right? So I'm like, listen, okay, we will talk about it. We will talk about it. So being able to just, like I said, put some things down to protect my mental health, my mental wellness, right? And just thinking about when we think about menopause, the mental load of menopause, it's menopause is not just about hot flashes, what a lot of people think, not just about the hormonal changes. The effect on our mental well-being is can be profound, right? I remember in my own personal journey when I started perimenopause, a very moody, irritability, anxiety. That was all new for me, right? So I had to navigate that, and it was challenging, dealing with that, trying to navigate that with my children, navigate that with my patients when I was practicing, navigate that with my husband. So it was hard, right? But that is part of what women can experience in perimenopause and the menopausal transition. Those changes that happens with our mood, and just kind of give some science background. Serotonin is the neurotransmitter or the brain chemical that is considered our happy hormone and is involved in regulating our mood. And it lives, some of the cells that make serotonin also lives in our gut. So when estrogen and progesterone is changing and shifting in this menopausal transition, it also can change the amount of our serotonin. So being aware of that, and knowing that that is something that we need to acknowledge and figure out what we need in order to feel better as far as our mood, what we need to do to manage our anxiety, or if it's depression, all of those things. Being aware of that in the moment, and as we're going through those transitions is important, right? As we, like I said, as we're closing out Mental Health Awareness Month, mental health is just as important as our physical health, and I think a lot of us can undervalue our mental health and the impact it can have on our day, on our whole life, right? If we, just focus on the physical symptoms of menopause, um, and can totally ignore the mental challenges that can go along with it. It's all, we also have to realize it's all connected. The physical, the mental, all of it is connected. So making that connection, and then at the same time figuring out what your body needs, what your mind needs, in order for you to feel better, in order for you to have be in a mood that is joyful, that is restful, that is happy, right? So acknowledging that and figuring what those things, what you need, and what you want in those moments is important. So in the dealing with the mental load of perimenopause and menopause, um, figuring out what you need, what you can put down, right? When I talk about carrying that load, you can sometimes decide to put things down. So if you notice certain things that is affecting your mood, it's causing you, bringing you this negative energy that's making your mood even worse, can you put that down? Whether it's a person, whether it's a task, or something that's really affecting you, um, can you give yourself permission to put whatever that thing, whoever that person is, down or away from you, so that you can do the things that you need to do to pour it back into you, so you can, you know, improve your mental health and your mental well-being. So, yeah, so that is the mental load of perimenopause and menopause. Now, the mental load of caregiving. Now, this is something very new to me. Um, without going to a lot of detail, my father received a diagnosis over the last few months, and now I'm now in a position of, as a doctor in the family, right? Being that healthcare advocate, agent, proxy, all those things that, they call you when you are involved in the healthcare decisions of your family member. And that that has been really a lot, right? I have done, I've been doing a lot of research about, the diagnosis. I've been to multiple doctor's appointments, whether it's in person, virtually, on speakerphone. I've been checking charts. So I have access to his chart. And at the same time, my mother-in-law also was going through some things health-wise too. So me and my husband are just tag teaming, going through different things. And like I said, just doing a lot of, taking a lot of mental energy to, like I said, research different things, even relearn things that we learned in medical school, and trying to, get the wheels turning again. Okay, what was that again? Okay, that wasn't, what was the treatment? All those things. So just kind of going into that. So it's been a lot. It's been a lot. And it certainly was something that was heavy. The other thing is that, trying to, be that advocate and take care of your parent, and at the same time looking at things, being aware of the lens that they have when they're looking at what's going on with them, right? They may have a different lens than you. So there may be some things that, they're thinking about or wanting to do that you don't particularly agree with. So maneuvering that too, and also give them the space to process it. You giving your own self space to process things. So it's just it's a lot. It's a lot. It can be, like I said, it's felt heavy for me. I'm definitely better now. But it's a lot. And I remember, when this all started, my mom telling me, make sure you're taking care of yourself. And I appreciated that reminder because I was feeling myself almost, I didn't get there, but almost getting caught up in all the things when it came to taking care of my dad and figuring out what to do next, things like that. It almost got me, y'all, but I'm like, no, 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 no. You need to put that down for now and go exercise. You need to put that down for now and go take a nap. You need to put that down for now and go take a walk outside. And that's what I did. So I told my mom, like, no, I'm good, Mom. I'm good. I've been exercising because exercise really, really helps me, mentally, physically, emotionally. Exercise really helps me. So I was like, no, Ma, I'm good, but thank you. Thank you for reminding me. So I want to just shout out just caregivers out there because I know it is hard. It is so hard. And it's just been interesting now being in that stage of life, right? And all of our friends, me and my husband, our friends are dealing with very similar things. Their moms, their dads, they're going through things, and and we also have aunts and uncles that are going through things. So they're calling us because, we're the doctors in the family. So we get the call like, so what do you think about this? What do you think about that? So it can be a lot. And you can be pulled in so many directions, right? But I just want to take it back to what I said in the beginning, as a reminder for you is, or not a reminder, but a thought or an action for you is when you are carrying the mental load of mothering, the mental load of menopause, the mental load of caregiving. Give yourself permission to put something down, right? Don't be afraid to put something down, because your mental health, your physical health, your emotional health, all of that matters. So the most important thing in all of that situation, all the situations where you're carrying that load, you have to be mindful of what you're doing to take care of you. Because if you're not taking care of you, then eventually you won't be able to take care of, helping take care of your parents and your children and, just your health in general. So you really have to be, I really want to encourage you to really take care of you when you are carrying all of these loads, whether, like I said, whether it's mothering, whether it's the load of perimenopause and the things that your body is changing and going through the transition, or the process and the journey with caregiving. Please, please, please take care of you. And when things feel like it's just getting to be too much, I realize that, I have to be willing to sometimes either cancel plans or let people down, um, speak up so I can protect my mental health. Um, so I want that for you, right? I want you to be able to also seek support, right? Because through this whole, as a mother, as a perimenopausal woman, as a caregiver, we need support, right? So whether it's your spouse, whether it's your other siblings, I have a bunch of siblings, so definitely been supportive as far as this caregiving journey. Friends that has been through their journeys too, and reaching out to them and seeing how they dealt with different things. So seeking support is so important. And then advocating for your, again, your own well-being. Whether it's like you said, speaking up and telling your children, like, listen, I need time. I need time. I need to get away for a moment and do whatever I need to do to pour into yourself. And everybody's different, right? Whatever, you have to figure out what is good for you. So, like I said, for me, it's been exercise, getting in that workout on my Peloton bike, or doing those strength training has really been powerful for me. So that meditation has been good, just being still and just trying to clear my mind to, again, unload all those things that have been on my mind and just be still in silence. Journaling has been good for me, just writing it all out. Just the feelings, the thoughts that I've had, through these last few months, just writing it down helps me. But again, everybody is different. So you really have to figure out what it is for you, what does it for you, and how are you, because the things that I've shared with you as far as what I do, it makes me feel, it boosts my mood, it gives me energy, it lifts the weight off of me when I do those things. So you have to figure out what those things are for you, in order for you to feel, that way, for you to feel, at peace, for you to feel joyful. That's the thing too. Peace. I feel, given all the things that I've been going through back and forth, whether it's my kids, whether it's my dad or my mother-in-law, I I felt at peace. I've been feeling at peace still. I'm not like, I definitely still feel at peace, which is so important, and it's powerful for me, right? Because I'm can be a person who's can't, is always just like on edge, and I'm not there at all, which is awesome. So just being at peace through it all really is has been a game changer for me. So so that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. The mental load of mothering, menopause, and caregiving. I know it can be heavy. I know, no, it can be heavy. But I wanted to empower you to give yourself permission to put some of that weight down. It doesn't have, put it down for a few minutes, put it down for a couple of hours, put it down for a day. by doing whatever that you need to do to pour back into you, because you are the most important thing here. You're the most important person here in this whole situation, for you to continue to do the things that you want to do. And you're doing all these things and also running a business, or, going to work and things like that. You need to take care of you, right? You need to make sure you are good mentally, physically, and emotionally, spiritually, all the things. So I wanted to, I just hope that what I've shared can allow you to give yourself that permission to do what you need to do to take care of you, and be intentional about that, through all the loads that you have to carry and all the changes that your body is going through the stage of life. So that's what I have to share with you all. It's a marathon, y'all. So just keep going. And I'll be here to keep sharing with y'all. All right. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. Do not forget to like if you're watching on YouTube, comment if you're watching on YouTube. If you are listening on the Apple Podcasts or podcast listening apps, please write a review so more people can see this podcast. Please give a 5-star review so more people can see this podcast. Please share the podcast, y'all. I really appreciate if you can share it, because again, more people, more women, they need to hear that they are not alone, that we're all out here trying to figure it all out. And I'm still trying to figure it out. All right. All right, y'all. As always, sending love and light to you all. And I'll see y'all next time. All right, y'all. Take care.